Good afternoon, students. So next topic is last topic, that is case study of Linux. So before going to case study of Linux, let us see Linux history. So we all know Linux is a free operating system, right? And it is based on Unix standard, and it is developed in 1991 by Linus Torvalds with the major design goal of Unix compatibility. And its history has been one of the collaboration by many users from all over the world, corresponding almost exclusively over the internet. And why it is designed is to run efficiently and reliably on common PC hardware, but also run on a variety of other platforms. And the core Linux operating system kernel is entirely original, but it can run much existing free Unix software, resulting in an entire Unix compatible operating system free from proprietary code. And the next topic is Linux kernel, and Linux kernel version is 0.01, and it was not supporting networking and ran only on 80386 compatible Intel processors and on PC hardware, and it had extremely limited device drive support and supported only the Minix file systems. So that Linux kernel, it was not supporting the network. And the next version is Linux 1.0. It has some new features added to Linux 1.0. It developed in 1994 March. The new features are supported for Unix standard TCP/IP networking protocol, BSD compatible socket interface for network programming, device driver support for running IP over the internet, enhanced file system, support for range of SCSI controller for high performance disk access, and extra hardware support. These are the new features added to Linux 1.0. So it started to support networking. And the next version is version 1.2, developed in 1995. That was the first, that was the final PC only Linux kernel. And next one is Linux 2.0. Linux 2.0 released in June 1996, and some new features added to this version, and those two features are support for multiple architectures, including a fully 64-bit native alpha port, and support for multiprocessor architecture. So Linux 2.0 started to support multiple architectures or multiprocessor architectures, and other features are memory management code, and TCP/IP performance improved, and so it started to support kernel threads and standard configuration interface also, and it is available for Motorola 68000 series processors, and 2.4 or 2.6 version increased SMP support, added journalism file system, preemptive kernel, 64-bit memory support. These all features added in the 2.4 and 2.6 versions. And the next one is Linux system. Linux system, the main system libraries were started by the GNU project with improvement provided by the Linux community, and it uses many tools developed as part of Berkeley's BSD operating system, and the Linux networking administration tools were derived from 4.3 BSD code. Recent BSD derivations such as FreeBSD have borrowed code from Linux in return. And it is maintained by a loose network of developers collaborating over the internet with a small number of public FTP sites acting as the facto standard repositories. And the next topic is Linux distributions, and anyone can download, and it is an open free operating system, right? And it is Linux distribution standard precompiled set of packages or distributions include the basic Linux system installation management utilities, and ready to install package of common Unix tools. And the first distribution managed these packages by simply providing a mean of unpacking all the files into appropriate places. Modern distributions include advanced packaging management. So first it was like unpacking all the files into the appropriate places, but now modern distributions like advanced package managements are there. And early distributions include SLS and Slackware, and the main supporting these are Red Hat and Debian are popular distributions from commercial and non-commercial sources, and RPM package file format permits compatibility among the various Linux distributions. And the next topic is Linux licensing. Linux kernel is distributed under the GNU General Public License, the terms of which are set out by the Free Software Foundation. Anyone using Linux or creating their own derivative of Linux may not make the derived product proprietary. Software released under the GPL may not be redistributed as a binary only product. These are the history of Linux. Now let us see the memory management, process management, design principle, all those things we are going to see in the next videos. Thank you.